Well, the Sixers still might be able to trade for a big name this season, as Jimmy Butler has requested a trade from another team, this one being the Miami Heat, and fans are split on if they want to bring him back or if they don't want him. It's all over the place, but we're going to talk about the ramifications of possibly bringing the Jimmy Butler back, or if people are going to be excited about it and actually want him back. Well, without further ado, here's the intro. What's going on, Cliffhangers? We are back with another video. We are on the road to 5,000 subscribers before the end of 2025. So make sure you hit that like button. You're hitting that subscribe button down below. Greatly appreciate it. Also, become a part of Noti Gang so you never miss a video. Hit that bell notification down below. Get me to 100 likes on this video. Let's get into it. All right, so Jimmy Butler has requested a trade from the Miami Heat. We all pretty much saw this coming after everything that happened in the offseason leading up to now. The Miami Heat don't want to pay Jimmy Butler that max extension at the age of 35 years old, which is completely understandable. But everything going on with Jimmy Butler and Pat Riley going back to the offseason when Pat Riley told Jimmy Butler he should keep his mouth shut if he's not playing, and Jimmy Butler saying that, well, in response to Jimmy Butler saying that the Miami Heat would have won the series versus Celtics and the Knicks if he was playing. Of course, he was injured. He was injured versus Sixers. But him leading up to that trade request, you all know the Sixers are looking for another star to bring on this team to completely fill it out. Now, as this news pertains to the Sixers, you know, any available player that comes up in trade requests, the Sixers are always going to look at them. You always look at it and say, hey, would he fit on my team? We've already seen some other players that we have been thinking about bringing on to the Sixers team, and Daryl Morey is always star hunting. So that brings up the Jimmy Butler stuff. Now, I was recently on Twitter talking about have some shame for the people that wanted to bring Jimmy Butler back, and I put a bunch of dots, and I said, hey, I would do it too. And it wasn't on some like big brain analytical thing like, oh my God, Jimmy Butler's the best fit. This is perfect for basketball, perfect for the Sixers. No, honestly, I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. I'm just a little bored. I just want to see something happen with the Sixers, all right? I just want to see something new, some type of change at this point in the season. A lot of people get bored, and I just want to see something happen. But the reason that I said that on Twitter is because I was definitely thinking about something from a different aspect of the way I saw that the Sixers came out versus the Golden State Warriors, the way that they ended that game versus Sacramento Kings. It's just a thing that it's a common trend with the Sixers throughout this entire Joel Embiid era. It's just that they always come out lackadaisical or always come out like they don't have anything to prove or they've just accomplished so much in the NBA. They always have that aura about them to where it looks like they just don't care most nights. And it's just really annoying to watch. They come out slow. They come out lethargic. And I always thought to myself, they need somebody in the locker room that's going to yell at them, that's going to get them hyped for the games, that's going to get them locked in games where they absolutely need to win, especially the way that they started off this season. And I know that Jimmy Butler will bring that. He's that type of competitor. He's that type of guy that you're going to have in the locker room, a real leader that we've been talking about, that the Sixers have needed this entire Joel Embiid era. And that's what I was thinking of off the top of my head when I'm thinking about, all right, you bring Jimmy Butler back. Now, obviously, the cons with bringing the Jimmy Butler back is the only way that can happen is if the Sixers trade one of Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey, or Paul George. Now, obviously, the odd one out here is Paul George. Now, what Paul George is theoretically in a basketball sense, he is a perfect fit next to Joel Embiid and next to Tyrese Maxey. Now, what I also saw on Twitter is he's not like the perfect personality fit next to these guys because he's not going to be the one in the locker room that's yelling at you or getting Joel Embiid hype or trying to get him locked into a game or getting the team riled up or getting the team locked in. He's just not that type of guy. He's more laid back. He's more chill. He's more of a I'm just going to go with the flow type of guy. He's the same type of player as well. And once I saw that somebody said that he's not a good personality fit next to Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey, I kind of I understand it. I get it. It's not like a negative thing by any means. Like still a great basketball fit next to those players. But we all see like throughout this season, like the Sixers just need another leader. They just need somebody to stand up in those moments when they're down. They need somebody to bring them energy in those days or in those games or in those days that they're just lackadaisical and they come out with no care. And we know that Jimmy Butler isn't just going to let that happen, right? He's going to make sure you compete every single night, even though Jimmy is known for taking half the season off until he actually decides he just wants to start playing basketball. And That's my reasoning for wanting to bring Jimmy Butler back. Now, it's not like a solid, solidified, like, oh my God, we have to bring Jimmy Butler back. Like, we got to trade the assets. And honestly, it's not the perfect basketball fit either. We all know that Jimmy doesn't shoot a high volume of threes. He doesn't really take a lot of shots, honestly, until the playoffs. But we know that he has that dog in him, and he is Jimmy Butler, playoff Jimmy. We know that he's going to show up in the brightest moments, in the brightest spots. And we know that when he was here with the Sixers, he wasn't this version of Jimmy Butler. So it is another star that you still have next to Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey that gives you that extra little mean streak that you need. We talked about Tyrese Maxey playing with a little mean streak. Maybe Jimmy Butler can channel that anger or whatever Tyrese Maxey is feeling. He can channel it in the right direction and grow and help Tyrese Maxey. Honestly, maybe that's what Maxey needs right now, just because he's growing into a young star in this league. Jimmy Butler has been there. Joel Embiid has been there. Just needs more mentors. I don't know. This is just me talking and trying to convince myself why Jimmy Butler will be good. Now, like I said, it isn't like, oh my God, go trade all your picks for Jimmy Butler. He is a 35-year-old star, which is why the Heat aren't going to sign him to that max contract extension. We know he's that Swiss Army knife. He plays within the flow of the game. He's averaging 17, 5, and 4 on the season, shooting 50% from the field, 37% from three in the games that he has played. But we know that he's just checked out in Miami. He even said it in that press conference himself that where he just doesn't have the joy of playing basketball in Miami. We all know that we saw starting five. We said he lost his five, and they still expected him to play basketball after that. But that's just something that I'm just spitballing. I don't actually want it to happen. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I still do want Paul George. I do think that he is the best basketball fit on this team. I think you can go get another guy, another energy guy in the locker room to help hype up Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey, and Paul George in games where they absolutely need it. I still think you can go find that star on the market somewhere, somebody that's just going to give you that extra little bit of juice. But if the Sixers are really just in dire need of just that leader, or they see like the season's going downhill or something like that, I think you have to explore the Jimmy Butler stuff, right? So just something that I thought. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Should the Sixers trade for Jimmy Butler? Should they bring him back? And why? Or should they not? Like, do you just not want Jimmy Butler back here at all because he is toxic? He is volatile. You never know what you're going to get from Jimmy, but he is Joel's best friend. So y'all let me know in the comments what y'all think, man. I'll holla at y'all.